Hello. Today will definitely not be a 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute recap because I have a lot of things I need to touch up on. So just bear with me and let's get started. First of all, I want to talk about a commitment. 6'6" Elijah Arenas, shooting guard, son of Gilbert Arenas, has committed to Eric Musselman and USC. Elijah is ranked number 12 in ESPN Top 100, so great commitment for USC and Eric Musselman getting out there pulling that off. I also want to give a congratulations to Asia Wilson for having her jersey retired at South Carolina. Asia Wilson, the three-time league MVP for the WNBA, was the leading scorer at South Carolina. Mind you, she grew up in South Carolina, so she always dreamed of going to South Carolina. So, among all of her accolades on yesterday, she got her number 22 jersey lifted into the rafters and retired. So, congratulations to her. LSU women today hosted Mississippi State and won 81-67. Leading all scorers was Michaela Williams with 22 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists, followed by Flau'jae Johnson with 20 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. I want to touch up a little bit on Flau'jae Johnson. Flau'jae Johnson has been the leader of this LSU team this year since Angel Reese has left, and I don't think she gets the credit that she deserves for taking LSU to where they are as of right now. So we want to give a big congratulations to Flau'jae Johnson and just let her know, keep going, keep leading that team the way that you are, and keep scoring, keep doing what you're doing because it's definitely working for your team. USC girls went to Iowa and lost 76-69. Leading all scorers was Iowa's Lucy Olston with 28 points. Iowa had 4 players in double digits. Juju Watkins had 27 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Now, normally I don't like saying this, but today Juju did need a little bit more help to get them over the hump to actually beat Iowa. She didn't get the help she needed, and so they did lose today. But we want to congratulate Iowa for taking home that big win for them today. South Carolina women hosted Auburn. Although South Carolina did win that game 83-66, the highlights of the game was Auburn's Deanna Gaston with 31 points. She just needed a little extra help to get them over the hump against the reigning champs, South Carolina, which she did not get. That brings South Carolina to 21-1, with their only loss coming to falling to number one UCLA, who is the only undefeated NCAA women's basketball team thus far. They're the only ones left that is undefeated. Okay, now let's move on to the men's NCAA games. To wrap up from Saturday's game, SMU hosted Stanford and won that game 85-61. Leading all scores for SMU was center Samat Gigatoli, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, I apologize. He had 17 points and 7 rebounds. SMU had 5 players in double digits. Remember, this is SMU's first year in the ACC conference, and they are sitting at an 8-3 record in conference play right now. They have lost. Their losses comes to number 1 Duke, number 21 Louisville, and North Carolina. But for his first season, Coach Andy Enfield has put together a pretty good team. So I'm looking forward to him putting some more pieces to that on next year, adding to what he already has to make them thus a better, more competitive team in the ACC next season. So good luck to SMU moving forward with what they've done so far, and good luck to Coach on his first season at SMU. Okay, Arkansas's coach John Calipari goes back to Rupp Arena for the first time since he left, and since he left to go to Arkansas. He walked in to Kentucky fans booing him, and that was horrible for all that he's done for that program. But he walked out of that game with a 10-point win. I congratulate Coach Calipari because he sits very high on my list of coaches and things that he's done for the youth, and programs. Now, don't take this the wrong way because I'm a woman that's trying to get into the sports talk, but I have to say what I feel or it wouldn't be real. On college game day, Andrea Carter said, and I quote, the worst thing you can do after a breakup is show up to the club with a downgrade, referencing Coach Cal's return to Kentucky with his current Arkansas team. Well, the downgrade fought very hard to make sure that they fought for Coach Calipari to not make her statement true. And I say that with all due respect to both teams, but her statement was ugly to me, in my opinion, and Arkansas has something to say about it. That we are not the downgrade. Thank you and goodbye. Now, let's move on before I get bashed, before I can even get started good in this field. Let me move on to today's men's games. Memphis went to Houston and beat Rice 86-83. Leading all scorers was PJ Haggerty with 26 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. If you haven't had a chance to watch PJ Haggerty, you're missing a treat. And I talk about this every time I talk about Memphis. PJ Haggerty has Memphis men's basketball rolling. PJ is getting to the basket. He's scoring from every spot. So it's not one particular spot that I can say that he's scoring from. But if you have not had a chance to watch Memphis basketball yet, I suggest you tune in to see PJ Haggerty because I really don't know how much longer he's going to be there. So congratulations to Memphis on their win. Lastly, TCU hosted Colorado, who is 0-10 in the Big 12 standings. Colorado, that is. Now, we're not going to take that and we're not going to bash it because the Big 12 is really a harsh conference to play in. Although I've been watching the Big 12 for years, and I always say this, I will honestly say that this season, the SEC has kind of moved into that spot because they have a hard game every night since I've been taking notice of that. TCU was on a 3-game losing streak. They did win, and this win brought their conference record to 4-6. They won 68-57. Leading all scorers was freshman David Punch with 19 points. Ernest Uday contributed 7 rebounds, and Noah Reynolds had 6 assists. Now let's talk about Jace Posey, who is really adding his contributions to TCU's team this year. Jace Posey is a redshirt freshman. And for those of you who don't know, Jace was a 2-time UIL 6A state champion in the high jump. Then he received a bronze in the high jump at the Big 12 Outdoor Championships. I say all that to say that Posey contributes when it comes to the things that are not in the stat books. He gets on the floor and he scrambles. He jumps high for rebounds. Because if you know you can high jump in track, then you know you can get up and get rebounds. So he's definitely adding points to the board because he's getting up, getting rebounds. He may miss a shot, go back and get his own rebound. Because from what I can see thus far, he is the highest jumper in men's basketball right now, unless you're 7 feet tall. And then you can out jump anybody. So anyway, that is my conclusion from all of the games, the finish of the games from yesterday and the remaining games today, including girls basketball and Asia Wilson. As always, thank you for joining in to Ball Talk with Mickey and have a great night.